right, welcome back to afternoon session of the Young Thug trial, day 2. We stopped for a while for listening to the Jordairs trial that we do every Tuesday at noon. And I know that the court is now on lunch, so you have not missed much. So we will go through the final part of everything. Let me check here to see if... Yes, I am live at Rumble. That's good. I'm live on YouTube, and I am live at Twitter or X or whatever you call it nowadays. And okay, I see that people are starting to pour in. So let's see here. We are still listening to Mr. Young Thug's defense attorney. And for me, he's a bit long-winding, but now he's going into the interesting stuff that is about the alleged charges or acts, overt acts towards him. Hold on a bit. I have to send the link to Dave and Mo if I can. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see. Hold on. I can give you the Rumble link. Rumble. There. Redirect worked. Yay! That should be the Rumble link. Hold on while I go over and see. So it worked over at the, Rumble. Pin message. There. So you can go to Rumble if you prefer that platform. Why isn't Twitter working for me? Hold on a second. Gosh darn it. And now since I'm not 2 hours in anymore, I have to watch my language. No, that should. Always something. Always something. Why is does Twitter? Okay, seem to be back. Here we go. Day 2, part 2. No, Jesus. 3 streams back to back. There. I'm inviting Dave and the others. There. Okay. Let's see here and add to stage. There they are. And we will see if I get joined by others in a bit. There. And I want my cat. Mr. Jingles. Yay. But you are a bunch are here, so let's just continue where we left off. Maybe go back a few seconds.
Media. It generates interest, much like the NFL have rivalries with the Saints and the Falcons, and how much they hate each other. It is generating advertising. It's branding. Jeffrey is in Louisiana. Here in Atlanta, Little Wing has a tour bus, and he performs concert, and his tour bus was fired upon and struck. There's zero evidence Jeffrey's involved. Zero. Jeffrey's not even named. Now you're going to hear about it. Because Jeffrey's the king slime. He just controls everybody, even without any evidence to support it. Because that's the theory of the prosecution and the police who have targeted Jeffrey Williams. The next overt act is July 7th of 2015. Jeffrey is at Perimeter Mall, that's located in DeKalb County. And he's in the mall and he's buying 50 to 100 sneakers, brand new sneakers. And he's going to do a video shoot. And he's going back to Cleveland Avenue where the children don't have proper footwear. He's going to give out these sneakers and allow the children to be in a video shoot. So that's why he's at the Perimeter Mall. He's there with friends of his. He's on a Segway scooter. It's like an electric skateboard. And the mall security comes over and tells Jeffrey and his friends, and you'll see video of this, they have to leave the mall. You can't have a Segway inside the mall. Well, Jeffrey leaves the mall. But the security officers follow him. They follow Jeffrey and his friends to Jeffrey's Jaguar. And the security won't let Jeffrey leave. Won't let his friends leave. They're standing around the Jaguar. They can't shut the door to the Jaguar. They can't pull out. And they tell Jeffrey, you're waiting here. You're going to have to be here. They tell Jeffrey's friend, we're going to get a criminal trespass warrant for you. Allegedly, someone inside the car said, I'm going to go home, get a gun, and come back and shoot you in the face. That's the allegation. The security guards then supposedly step back, the car drives away. Nobody is shot. There's no incident. Jeffrey gets arrested on that. DeKalb County prosecutors dismissed that case. It was not even indicted. Now you have it here before you. The next overt act dealing with crime is September 24th of 2017. Jeffrey's with Sergio Kitchens. Sergio Kitchens is an unbelievably well-known musical performer. His performing name is Gunna. And he and Jeffrey both are under YSL. That's Jeffrey's record label. They signed Sergio Kitchens for Gunna. There's a third person in that car. His name is Cedric Jones.
I have no idea what the thumping noise that we keep hearing is. It sounds like somebody is knocking on the board where a microphone is laying, or they keep doing the... I have no idea, but it's there and it is annoying.
The car is going to Peachtree DeKalb Airport. Gets pulled over for a window tint violation. The officer gets Jeffrey out of the car in handcuffs, Sergio Kitchens out of the car in handcuffs, Cedric Jones out of the car in handcuffs. Police search the car. They find in the car supposed methamphetamine, supposed hydrocodone, marijuana, and a stolen firearm. Jeffrey was on his way to perform at the Jimmy Fallon show that night. Cedric Jones said, I packed that stuff. Somehow that is now influencing and perpetuating and moving this supposed YSL conspiracy. That's the overt. The next one. May 18, 2018. Jeffrey is driving a Porsche. Sergio Kitchens is in the front passenger seat. Supposedly Jeffrey is speeding. Supposedly there's another car that's in tandem speeding. Both cars get pulled over by police. There's videos. Jeffrey and Mr. Kitchens are asked to get out of the car. They're asked if there are guns in the car. They say yes. There are guns in the car. Police get them out of the car. Any drugs in the car? No. Police have Jeffrey and Mr. Kitchens on the side of the road. Go through Jeffrey's car. They run the guns. The guns are lawful. The police put the guns in the trunk of the car. Tell Jeffrey and Mr. Kitchens, you're free to go. Give Jeffrey a speeding ticket. Jeffrey's driving away. He stops the police. Inquires about what's going to happen with the other gentleman in the other car. Police say, no. You're going to jail. They have in the car weapons, 30-round magazine. It's not in Jeffrey's car. There's going to be zero evidence that Jeffrey put those guns in the car, knew those guns in the car, had anything to do with them. That's your overt act. The next crime is an overt act.
Yes, Moni. Currently on the prosecution's table, there's 2 of them. There are 6 defendants and 6 defense teams. Few of them have only 1 defense lawyer. 2 of them, I think, has defense lawyer plus assistant in there. So yeah, it's a packed defense gallery. And imagine how it looked when there were 28 defendants. What's Thug stand for? No, but I do believe that he said that YSL originated from the Yves Saint Laurent, since they were women's pants for some reason. Then they changed to Young Slime Life with the same letters, and then Young Successful Life or something like that.
This is the date of Jeffrey's arrest. So it's broken up into several overt acts. So I grouped them. This is overt act 183, 184, 185, 186, 187, and 188. And what you'll see here is they're just different items. So Jeffrey's home.
Yeah, I don't mind the chat getting sidetracked as long as you come back to the trial and discuss the trial, because there's a bunch of people who want to talk about the trial as well. On Friday and Thursday last week, there were discussion about recipes, and I don't mind. Just get back to the trial eventually, would you please?
Is surrounded on March 9th of 2020 by law enforcement. Law enforcement has tremendous military power. Law enforcement takes control of the scene, the area. Jeffrey and more than a dozen people are in that house. You will learn that Jeffrey doesn't live at that house often. But other people live there all the time. They take care of the house. They don't leave a house unattended. The house has a lot of Jeffrey's awards that you'll see. And in the house, law enforcement finds a small amount of cocaine. I'm talking about a small amount of cocaine. They find codeine, lots of codeine. Codeine's caustic. People drink it if you get high. Get very addicted. Marijuana in the house. And firearms. Other people had access to this home. Other people lived at this home. You will have no evidence that Jeffrey ever touched a fire. Those are the overt acts involving Jeffrey. And somehow that furthered this conspiracy to create territory and property and money and respect and reputation. The next series of overt acts deal with videos that are released on the internet, photographs on the internet, chats. These are not released on the internet. The chats are personal. So this is when you really know what Jeffrey's talking with people, and then conversation. So the first one is November 3rd, 2014. That is Jeffrey in the red sweatshirt. That is Mr. Copeland. That's Kenneth Copeland, Woody, in the white sweatshirt. And they're wearing different colors. And the RG is Rich Gang. That is a musical gang, a musical artist. Rich Homie Quan, and then Brian Williams, Birdman, Jeffrey Williams. They had lifestyle that went across the world. Success. And Jeffrey is holding up his fingers. Suppose that's a YSL. That's what he's doing. He's wearing red clothing. That's the overt act. Jeffrey didn't release that. That's not his Instagram release. But that's the overt act. The next one is January 3rd of 2015. That is Mr. Demetrius Garlington in the red with the glasses on. That is Jeffrey, closest to us. There's money on that table. There's a double cup, styrofoam cup. And it says that Jeffrey posed for a photograph. Jeffrey's not even looking at the camera. Jeffrey didn't release that on social media. He didn't post it. That is Mr. Garlington. And that's Mr. Garlington's We Ain't Going Back and Forth. Mr. Garlington and Mr. Copeland are brothers. They consider themselves one. What happens January 3rd, 2015? It's an important date. Shortly before New Year's, you will remember that Kenneth Copeland stole Donovan Thomas's chain, expensive chain, his driver's license, his wallet, and his cell phone. That's Mr. Garlington saying, we ain't going back and forth. That's the overt act. You know, Jeffrey Williams. Jeffrey didn't even post it. Next one is January 26, 2015. Again, this is Mr. Garlington. Now, what I'm showing you, by the way, are the overt acts from the indictment. You'll have the indictment. These are language of the indictment. And this goes to a video you will see. And it's Jeffrey. By this time, his teeth, his rotten teeth are covered with gold. He's trying to fix himself, make himself a better image. It is 16 days after Donovan Thomas is killed. And it says, Jeffrey saying, so an A lies to the kids, lies to their mamas, lied to their brothers and sisters, then get right in the courtroom and tell the God's honest truth. Don't get it. Y'all ends need to be effing killed, bro, from me and YSL. That's exactly what Jeffrey's been thinking all the time. The criminal justice system is out of control. But what do you learn here? First of all, Mr. Garlington released that on his Instagram, not Jeffrey. Second of all, when was the video made by Jeffrey? Was it made, as the state told you, 16 days after Donovan Thomas's killing, and therefore somehow it's relevant to this murder? You will learn that that video was in existence before Donovan Thomas was ever killed. That is a repost. That is a repost by Mr. Garlington. The prosecutors, the police, are misrepresenting the evidence. What does happen on January 26, 2015, though? Donovan Thomas's close associate. He's also a very well-known musical performer. His name's Mr. Bennett. He goes by Y.F.N. Lucci. His mother's house is shot at. His mother, Mr. Bennett's mother, Y.F.N. Lucci's mother, is shot, as well as her boyfriend. That's what happened on January 26, 2015. This is released by Mr. Garlington. Because everybody wants to associate with Jeffrey. He's the only one who got out of that area. Everyone talks about him. You're going to see in the chats. They don't even know him. Hey, if I do this, how much will Jeffrey pay me? Hey, if I do this, will Jeffrey take me on tour? Hey, if I do this, will Jeffrey do this? Can I get Jeffrey's number? Can I come to his house? Will he buy me jewelry? They use Jeffrey. This has nothing to do with Donovan Thomas. But that's what you're being told. The next one is February 9th, 2015. Jeffrey is in a car. You'll see the video. He's singing. He's singing. And he's making signs with his hands that the prosecuting police say are gang signs. I can make gang signs. This is America. I can speak favorably to the Bloods, to the Crips, to Donald Trump, to anybody.
Hey,
Hello.
he just told the jury about, yeah, the video that the prosecution alleges is about the killing on January 16th or 26th or whatever, was in existence before that alleged killing. What the
Okay,
prosecution has in evidence is a repost by another person.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's
And-
not helpful
And
for the.
prosecution.
Did-
No. And now you're saying about hand signs. Well, I can make hand signs. That this America, you can make signs for Blood, Crips, whatever, Donald Trump.
We are bringing Donald Trump into this?
Yeah, I think that's
Well-
that's intentional because Donald Trump is indicted under RICO charges
Oh, right.
in Georgia as well.
Okay.
So
yes.
this is just a pass on. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's arguing free speech
Okay.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's the overt act, and Jeffrey didn't even release it. This is on Mr. Garlington, who Mr. Garlington wrote, you did 30. YSL coming soon, instead of the C for the Crips, you remove the C if you're in favor of the Bloods, and you use another letter, sometimes a B, this one you use an S. You will learn that in the YSL gang, it's now called a hybrid gang, because it's not only Bloods, there's Crips.
Thank you.
If
Yeah,
anybody
the
wants
evidence
to
will
come
show
to
I
the
can make
Criminalizing
hand signs.
experts in the
I
Atlanta
have
Police Department. They're
lots
young
of
experts. They're all the same. The Atlanta
hand
Police
signs.
Department. Now it's a hybrid gang.
Okay, thank you for your
That
super
is the
chat,
overt
man.
act. It's not written by Jeffrey. It's not released by Jeffrey. But they want you to hear music that talks about killing, drugs. It is art. If you don't like it, you don't have to listen to it. This is America. It is art. And you will learn that rap is the most listened to music in the world. It's the number one. It's a
Really?
multi-billion-dollar industry. You don't fear this. We encourage it. It generates money. It puts people to work. It's not meant for brainwashing. It's whatever the consumer chooses. It's art. It's like reading a book, looking at a painting, watching a movie, reading poetry. It's what you believe it to be. That's what we do, as opposed to Russia. They stop all communications. They censor. The next overt act is March 20, 2015. Jeffrey is with Shannon Stillwell, Diamante Kendrick, Mr. Garlington, Mr. Arnold. And they are using their hands to make signs. That's the overt act that furthers, that drives this conspiracy. That's it. Jeffrey didn't even release that photograph. Who releases it? Mr. Garland. Next. It's almost New Year's 2017. Antonio Sumlin also comes from the impossible
Is that the
life
gang
that
sign?
Jeffrey was born into. He's with Jeffrey.
It looks like he's playing rock, paper, scissors.
There's a
And he's
social
doing
media captioned
scissors.
original slime SHI. Jeffrey saying murder gang BIT. And holding up his fingers, his YSL. Until we're dead and hell. That's the overt. That's driving this conspiracy. The next allegation is August 8th of 2009.
It's more or less like the prosecution somewhere else going, shout out to Compton is evidence that you're a part of something there.
Yeah, it does not seem like. Again, I want some concrete, and I know these are opening statements, but I'm hoping that there is going to be some concrete evidence that ties in, because right now it's like there was a post, there's some lyrics, there's a partial hand sign. None of this is, not to mention all the names have scattered me. So
yeah.
And we have what, 7 more, or no, 5 more?
4 more.
4 more. I'm like, I can math. No, I can't.
I would assume this will go on. The opening statements from the defense will go on until tomorrow. We are an hour 20 behind, but we have a jump in everything. But let's try to catch up a bit.
Okay.
19. That was Mr. Bennett. He's a very, very, very prominent musical performer, rap, gangster rap. It's August 8, 2019.
Be right back.
And this is Jeffrey's post. Jeffrey did post this. And he wrote, YFN, meaning Mr. Bennett, if I ain't like what you do for your mother and kids, and capitalized, I would have been kill you. That's supposed to be this rival, this leader of the YSL, the King Slime, against IFP. And here we go. What they don't tell you, but what you will learn, is the day before, Jeffrey released an album called So Much Fun. And YFN Lucy criticized that album on social media. That it's awful. And what you also will learn is that in 2016, years before, YFN Lucy, he's not as high as Jeffrey. He does not have as much fan base or interest. He doesn't make the money that Jeffrey does. So YFN Lucy does what all these rappers do. They attach to somebody bigger to promote themselves. Jeffrey did that too. He did it with Lil Wayne. He did it with others. In 2016, Mr. Bennett, or YFN Lucy, he released on social media that he has been having sex with Jeffrey's fiance.
Okay.
So King Slime.
That's a bad idea.
All these years, this man saying that he sleeps with Jeffrey's fiance goes unharmed. Nothing done. This is the post that Jeffrey says. And it's a real threat. If I didn't like what you do to your mother and your kids, I would have been killed you. It doesn't sound too much of a threat. That's the overt. The next one is March 12th of 2020. Mr. Huey and Mr. Williams. Now, this is not social media. These are actually conversations that the prosecution subpoenaed from Google or from Instagram or from Twitter or from Facebook. You get all of Jeffrey's statements. This is very invasive. And what happened right before this, and if you look at the date, this is right before COVID hit in 2020 in America. Sergio Kitchens has a dear friend, co-worker. He is a producer, an engineer, musical engineer. So Sergio Kitchens performs. This other person turns the music, the beats, makes it right, changes lyrics, does whatever they do. This producer or engineer's name is Chandler Durham. He goes by Turbo. And Turbo's car is stolen. And in that car are beats, lyrics that cannot be reproduced. They're the only copy. They're in a hard drive in this car. The car's stolen. And it is alleged that Mr. Huey's friends or acquaintances or people that Mr. Huey knew took that car. Not that Mr. Huey did it, but that he knew who did do it, who has that property. And Jeffrey writes to him, if you don't take it back, you're going to die. Give back the property. You will learn that no one died. You will learn that the property was never given back. That is the real leader of this feared criminal street gang. He's ignored. That's it. That's March 12, 2020. The next one is February 4, 2021. Now, this again is the personal chat. Trintavia Stevens, he grew up with Jeffrey. They exchanged clothing, dirty clothing. They went hungry together. And Warnie Lee is also a up-and-coming musical artist that Jeffrey wanted to sign, but Warnie Lee went to another record label. Jeffrey supports him.
Okay, something happened. Okay, Rumble stream ended for some weird reason. This has happened before. Trying to get it up again. No, still a warning. Checking. It should be up again. Can you see it over at... Oh, it no. What the frick is going on here? 28 seconds? What? Okay. No. What the frick? Okay, let me... try it. I'll have to... Yep. I will try to end that stream. Hold on.
Does anyone else feel like they're on a gossip chat? I mean, I feel like I'm learning about all the beefs that happen in the rap world, but I'm not quite sure how this goes together with this case in particular. And I hope it will start to make sense very, very soon.
Day 2, part 2. Later time. 7. Yeah, that sounds like good. No, 7. Apply. Next. I will try at least. Submitting. Yeah, I know. This is loss of connection between StreamYard and Rumble. Rumble just imploded. Yeah, I know. Trying to solve it. Get the configuration. Hold on. Rumble. Edit. String key. Edit. Home. StreamYard. Save changes. Nope. Yep. Let's see here. I think we are... No? Come on. should start in 3 minutes. Again, overt rumble. I had to restart it and give it a new time. Yeah, okay. Now he's getting interesting, at least. Here's the overt act they're alleging. This is what it actually means. And I saw from Thug Daily that the state will not call not one so-called expert in hip-hop or gangster rap, or apparently there are such a thing. They will only call gang experts. And they have 5 so-called gang experts, but they all work in the same jurisdiction. So they are teaching each other about gangs. So I'm amazed the judge, because that sounds like compound. Let's see. It should be live. Come on. Yes. Here. Sorry. I will copy and share, copy. Can't. Okay. New Rumble. What's going on here?
No, you cannot have a pen.
Share. Copy. Come on. What's going on here? This has happened once before. Why can't I copy and paste from Rumble?
I do not know.
I don't know either.
Rumble is a pain in the tuchus.
Yeah. Okay. Copy link. Okay, for some reason I can't copy paste. What the frick is going on here? Replace pin message. Yep. Thank you, Ghostery. And
I do love the thug means truly humble under God. That has the acronym.
why am I still offline? Oh, warning again. No, StreamYard can't go to Rumble.
Did the feds take down Rumble? Allegedly?
There's something really strange going on in the neighborhood. I have to read something really strange is going on here.
Yeah,
Mo,
because it's
I need you
asking me
to
to sign up.
entertain people for a minute while I restart everything and see if that helps.
Okie dokie. Well, this guy, he is making good points that a logical person who is, rising in fame would logically not, maybe participate in crime, you would think. You would really think that he would not be participating in crime. However, it doesn't always work that way. And I'm not sure that he's selling this, but I also don't know that the jury is going to be able to pay attention to 6 different openings, plus a state's opening, and then going into interviews. I mean, I would bring my own binder. I would have binders. I would have separate things for separate people, because this is honestly too much information for me to handle, especially with all the names and the different spellings. And I don't want to be mean about this, but there's a lot of differently spelled names, and I would want to make sure, yes, Fry, I see you, and no, you may not have cashews. I wouldn't want to mix up anything, because I know there was a person named Chanel, and I would have assumed that it was a girl, but it was in fact a gentleman. So I would want to really make sure that, I had good notes if I was a juror.
Sorry, folks. It seems like StreamYard can't connect to my Rumble. And I don't know why. Sometimes. Yeah, that's the way it is. Sorry, folks, over at Rumble who actually can't hear me, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah.
Well,
Oh, Jesus Christ. They are on lunch break until 2:45 Eastern Standard Time. Okay. That's a really late lunch, unless they got a new kind of turn back the watch kind of thing and decided to move it forward 2 hours. Yeah, I'm sorry, Becca. You went through all that and then Rumble closed down for me.
Dang it.
I will try one more time. Save changes. Nope. Nothing. Oh, wait. Or no? I think we are live again on the old Rumble. Oh.
I wish I could help and add words of wisdom, but I really can't. So I'm sitting here being quiet, which probably doesn't help.
I'm completely lost. I'm completely lost. But it seems like it's the old. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's go again. Jesus.
The police bury this. The prosecution buries this. I will show it to you. Now, the evidence will show, they may say, oh, it's on. There's no mistakes here. This is a big deal. This is a bill of indictment in Fulton County, Georgia in 2024.
Your Honor, argument?
That is misrepresenting. You will learn. You will see it. It has nothing to do with put a contract on someone's life. That's the evidence that's coming at you. Y'all start, bring me the money. Y'all, and stop playing with me. When you read, this is a long chat. These people are struggling. Trantavia Stevens is struggling. He's sharing a home with other people. They're trying to pay rent. They're working jobs. These are hard jobs to work. They're trying to save money, trying to eat, trying to take care of their kids. And Trantavia Stevens is in the chat saying, I paid the rent last month. Jeff doesn't live with these people. He's just included in the chat. He's hardly on these chats. And Trantavia Stevens is complaining.
Hello, Jingles.
And he's saying, give
Jingle,
me the
you
money for the rent.
asshole.
We gotta pay the rent. I paid it last month. Everyone's supposed to put the money on the stove in the kitchen. No, I'm doing what you said you do. We live together. And Jeffrey said, you don't start to throw me the money. I'll pay the rent. Don't stop playing. That's the overt act. That's furthering this conspiracy. That's what they did to that man. The next overt act is May 13th of 2021. This is the
Jingles, what the fuck? What? Yeah, Jingles decided to, there is where I want to be. Ow! Jingles is now my shoulder pad. Showing his best side to the audience. Oh, yeah. A life with a cat is never boring. You're saying.
No.
The chat. It's again, these are the personal conversation not supposed to be seen. These are not released on social media. It's like a wiretap. This is supposed to be between these people. And it's Mr. Martinez Arnold, who, by the way, is a Crip. He's in YSL. Crips are blue, but that's why it's a hybrid gang. Everything moves to make it fit Jeffrey. Now it's a YSL gang that's hybrid. Martinez Arnold, Miles Farley, Quantavious Greer, that's Jeffrey's brother. Wani Lee, you just learned about him, he's an up-and-coming rapper. It's not your label. Jeffrey's promoting his career. It's not even signed to Jeffrey's label. Jeffrey's promoting him. Quantavious Stevens, you learned about him, grew up with Jeffrey. Antonio Summerlin and Jeffrey. And it's May 13, 2021. And Jeffrey wrote, y'all ain't beat him up or shot him yet. Y'all ends getting soft. Well, that sounds bad. But what you will learn is a conversation was about Quantavious Stevens complaining to another person who's in that chat. That other person tried to sleep with Quantavious Stevens' girlfriend. And the other person told Quantavious Stevens' girlfriend, Quantavious Stevens is cheating on you with another girl. And Quantavious Stevens and this other man are leveling each other over this chat. And they're going back and forth, and this goes on a long time. And Jeffrey, they're acting like kids. And Jeffrey wrote, y'all ain't beat him up or shot him yet. Y'all getting soft. He's talking to people that he tries to help and that he's known all his life. That is the overt act. He's totally taken to mislead you. I will present the evidence. And there's no apology accepted. When they say, oh, yeah, we were out of context, we made a mistake. There's no mistake here. They built a theory. They have an agenda. This is wrong.
Objection, argument.
Next one. September 1, 2021. Mr. Mender is in the Fulton County Jail. When you're in the Fulton County Jail, not only are your jail calls, like a telephone call, recorded, but you can do things with loved ones where you can actually see them, like a FaceTime. Or I guess that's Zoom. But they're recorded. So it's about a 16-minute call and it breaks off. You can't talk longer than that on the jail call. You got to call back and pay their money. And Mr. Mender is speaking with Mr. Huey. And the conversation starts with Mr. Huey driving in a car. You'll see this. And Mr. Mender is on his iPad or Mac or whatever device he has. And Mr. Huey meets Jeffrey Williams at a jewelry store. Jeffrey has an image. He's very, very visible. He wants to be visible. He promotes his brand. He wears gigantic jewelry all the time. His face tattoos, his tattoos on his body of the bloods, of 5 stars, of his kids' names. He has 6 children. His brothers and sisters' names.
Hey, Mo.
The struggles he's been through.
He's your spirit animal.
Gross out.
There you go.
And Mr. Huey goes into the jewelry store. And Jeffrey walks up. So now you see Jeffrey in the viewfinder, in the video. And he sees Mr. Mender. And Mr. Mender knows that Mr. Huey's in a jewelry store, because Mr. Huey before that showed him. And Mr. Mender says to Jeffrey, hey, I need something. And Jeffrey points to Mr. Huey. He says, speak with him, and walks away. Jeffrey's on that video audio for 31 seconds. That promotes the RICO conspiracy, that Jeffrey dares to speak with a person who's in custody and treat them well. He didn't buy anything for him. Jeffrey walked away. That's the next opening. The next one is September 4th of 2021, so a couple days later. And Jeffrey is with Mr. Huey. And Mr. Huey puts on his Instagram, it's not Jeffrey's post. Mr. Huey was in custody shortly before this. And he wrote, from lockdown to a jet, Slack is. Says Jeffrey poses for the photograph. Jeffrey's been looking at the photographer. Jeffrey doesn't post this. That somehow promotes this conspiracy. This violent, territorial, money-gathering, reputation-building, fear-producing conspiracy. That's the overt act. The next overt act is November 14, 2021. It's again Mr. Huey, Mr. Williams. And Mr. Huey writes, and now this is a private conversation. This is not social media. And Mr. Huey wrote, you know I'm ready to handle the business and go sit down if I got to about any one of y'all on my mama. What the prosecution leaves out is the next line by Mr. Huey, where Mr. Huey writes, but I don't even know if this is true or not. And Jeffrey writes, have you spoken with Gunnar or Sergio Kitchens? And Mr. Huey responds, yes. And we've been talking about, if you remember, right before COVID of 2020, Jeffrey is telling Mr. Huey, get those people to return those beats. Those beats are not ever coming back. They're lost. That is proprietary information. That is valuable art. Pick up.
Mr. Steele, I hate to interrupt you, but you might be time. How much longer do you have?
An hour?
We're going to take a couple breaks.
Okay. Here's when,
All right, bring this in.
and there they come back.
The judge is like, when will this be over?
Not
I
for
need my-
6 months. Yeah, there is an alleged ending in this.
That's law enforcement, district attorney's office.
There's an alleged murder
There's
in this.
2,
And
aren't there?
is it 2? Well,
I don't
there are
know.
more than one murder charge, but I think it's the same act, but in 2 different places. I don't know. It doesn't really make
I'm
sense
so
to me.
confused.
Yeah, but that ending is some kind of drive-by where they have talked about it earlier. The guy that pointed towards Young Thug and others, well, he says anything to get out of jail. So he changed his
Yeah.
story when it fits and everything. So yeah, I wouldn't.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah.
Got as subpoenaing the private conversations. Mr. Williams, this is Mr. Williams and Mr. Huey. And Mr. Huey wrote what I read before Honorable Judge Randall's order. You know, I'm ready to handle the business. I'm going to sit down if I got to about any one of y'all, my mama. The next line that's omitted is Mr. Huey saying, but I don't know if
I
it's true or
don't
not.
pump the cat.
And
No.
Jeffrey Williams responding, have you spoken with Gunnar, who's Mr. Kitchens, a well-known performer? And Mr. Huey saying yes. And this relates back to March of 2020, right before COVID. And
Didn't you just listen to
Jeffrey
this?
Williams is telling Mr. Huey,
Or did you just
you
restart?
know the people who took the property of Mr. Juror, known as Turbo, who works closely with, is one-on-one with Sergio Kitchens. Mr. Huey is not in well graces with Sergio Kitchens. Sergio Kitchens holds a grudge against Mr. Huey this time. And Mr. Huey is writing here before this, I need money to support my family. I want to work for the business. This is a big business that Jeffrey has. There are people who make the flight arrangements. both the buses, carry the bags, pack all the equipment, get the restaurants, the hotels, work in the studios, work on promotion. These are a lot of people that he employs. And the record label that he works with. He works with a publicly traded record label. And Jeffrey says, he was asking, can I have a job? And Jeffrey says, he was like, I'll sit down for any one of y'all. And my mama, I don't know if this is true or not. I mean, he's saying, I don't have the information that Mr. Kitchen wants. And Jeffrey's response is what I told him. You're speaking with John or Sergio Kitchens, yes. That's the conversation. That's the overhead. And this is already November 2021. That's their overhead. The next one. This is something that Jeffrey posted on his Instagram. This is New Year's. It's December 31, day before New Year's, 2021. And Jeffrey made this very popular. He didn't create it, but his fans love this. And it's wipe your fingers across the nose, wipe an end's nose. And to the prosecution, the police, the district attorney's office, that is a rally cry for violence.
I didn't know Attorney Nurmi in the Jodi Arias trial had a gang sign, because he is always smelling his finger.
I would figure that would be more like you took a bump of the nose clams, or, the Colombian marching powders, or you were with the narcos. But okay, I guess my other question is, with all of this money in the tight pants, did he ever fix his teeth?
Yeah, he got gold teeth. Of
Okay.
sorts. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you had a choice and you chose wrong.
That's what they're going to tell you. You will learn, people do this all across the globe. You will see images of NFL football players catching a touchdown, take off their helmet, going like this. Baseball players hitting a home run in the playoff game, going like this. This is nothing. Criminal activity, but it is to the district attorney's office of Fulton County. Jeffrey's also wearing across his chest, you'll see YSL. It's a very expensive pendant. And that is it. The next one is January 16, 2022, and Jeffrey releases this. It's on Jeffrey's Instagram account. And the prosecution is targeting that's Jeffrey taking a selfie in the mirror, and he has his hand up, and the indictment that the prosecution had the grand jury return says he's holding up a blood sign, and that furthers this conspiracy. There's nothing wrong with holding up a blood sign, but that's not a blood sign. A blood sign is like this. It looks like a B. That is a P. Jeffrey's fingers are down. And what you'll learn is that Jeffrey just released with Sergio Kitchens, before known as Gunna, a song that is wildly popular. It's around the globe. It's called Pushing P. And it's positivity. It means any circumstance you're in, if you think positively about something, you can make it work.
Sure the hell it
You're pushing
does.
positivity. You're pushing P. Jeffrey is showing the P. It's not a B. But that became, from the district attorney's office in Fulton County, from the City of Atlanta Police Department, a reason that furthers this supposed conspiracy. That's the evidence that they're showing. The next one. This is Jeffrey's February 12, 2022. Jeffrey's wearing YSL chain or pendant. Here's a bracelet.
Why is he wearing
blow up. It says slime. Like that's some bad word.
beaver hat or one of
Jeffrey did
those
not invent
cargo
slime.
hats?
Slime comes from Jeffrey's idol.
I haven't seen that since River Choir.
Jeffrey used it. Jeffrey's really popular. So people talk about slime. Anything Jeffrey does, people copy. I'm not saying you copy it, but there are people, there are fans. And everyone from his neighborhood copies him. He's a hero to those people. Because he's breaking those genes. He has a tattoo. We'll blow it up for you during the trial, but it's on his right chest area, and it's a B, and it's colored red. Jeffrey doesn't run away from the fact that he knows people who are in gangs from all sorts of people. He promotes himself to these people. He talks to these people. Just like Jeffrey, you'll find out, talks to heads of industries. He talks with everybody. He doesn't believe he's above anybody. It doesn't mean the fact that he talks with, or I talk with, or you talk with, or the prosecutor talks with, a person who's in and represents the Bloods, or the Crips, or the fashion show, or the Atlanta Hawks. We don't criminalize association. That is the next overnight. This is March 9th of 2022. That is Mr. Kitchens, who we've been talking about. He's in the forefront. Mr. Williams is in the rear of that photograph. This is Mr. Kitchens' Instagram. Mr. Kitchens released Slap Business, YSL for life. Slap is a term. It's like front. It means anything. You will see images on the internet, children singing songs, sliding. People say, "What's up, Slap? What's up, slime?" That's what's being criminalized. That's the overhead. The next one becomes lyrics. Now, I separated these to just group them together, but these are songs. Some of them Jeffrey performed, some of them he didn't perform these lyrics. Some of them, the lyrics got changed. He was writing down.
I give
The
up.
prosecution did not
I weep for
have a
humanity.
lyric find them. They went out and they did a database. And they searched all of Jeffrey's Instagram, all of his Facebook, all of his lyrics to try to find any mention of bloods, color red, drive-by shooting, a taco, killings, 12, drugs. They searched for it. These are not confessions. These are not admissions. This is art. You will hear from the most prominent expert in hip hop and rap. He will tell you that these words, the lyrics, they're common. These are not unique and say, "Oh, that's a Donovan Thomas killing that Tom." Jeffrey sings about cars all the time. He names all different cars. They just pulled out the top. Drive-by shootings. These are common themes. This is, you will learn, studio gangsters. They're in the studio. They are creating music for us to listen to. If you go to the first one, that's April 20th, 2014. It's a song released on social media, a song called Ooh. Red, just like Elmo, but I never effing give go. YFL won't fold, pick his A off the balcony. There's no evidence anyone got picked off the balcony. YSL, wife at ends, nose, which I showed you. I'm an F for the cash. Then she's getting robbed by Tick. Tick is another name for Trontavious C. He will tell you he had a rough life. He's been in custody. In a Bentley on Wesley, getting trailed by sniper, there's no evidence of that. All I ever wanted was some money. Put your hands in the air if you dare. Any MF to step over here. F&N, that's a type of gun. Put him in the wheelchair.
Gang signs.
These are lyrics that rhyme. Those are taken out of context in that song. But they're lyrics. If we're going to criminalize lyrics, you will learn. We all should watch what we say.
I am going to go be a mom taxi. Farewell,
You will learn what Bruce
slimes. I will be
Springsteen sings about.
listening. Am I doing this right? Let's see. Rock, paper, scissors. Slime
Yeah.
life, positivities and such. Pushing positivity. Are you kidding me, sir? That no one is buying pushing positivity. Like your acronym for thug. No one is buying that. Come on now, sir. This is not an after school special. Even Jingles is like, nah.
No, I'm done. Pushing positivity. I need to find that.
Pushing positivity. Come on. Look, I am clear see-through, and even I don't buy that.
Let's see here. Pushing P. Okay, here it is. Pushing P. Yeah, pushing P. Turn me up. P. Pointers in the paddock and my piece. I'm pushing P. Copped new hammers for my P. We don't want no peace. Got a spot across the spot just for peace.
Sounds positive to me. I mean, I don't know how one could ever misconstrue that. I will be back in about an hour, guys.
Yep.
Until then, I'm pushing positivity,
Yep.
as always. Bye,
See you
guys.
later. Bye.
Going out west, driving with a gun on his passenger's lap. They're going to kill everything in sight. Nobody prosecutes that. But rap lyrics, you'll find out gets prosecuted. Next one. March 25, 2016. Jeffrey released a song on YouTube. It's called Slime, S-H-I. Hey, this slime, S-H-I. Hey, YSL, S-H-I. Hey, killing 12, that means police, S-H-I. Hey, flick a jail, S-H-I. Hey, cooking white brick, that would be like making crack cocaine. I'm not new at this, hey. I'm so true to this, hey. I've done put a whole slime on 100 licks. Slime or get slime. I'm the VIP and I got that pistol on my hip. You praying that you live, I'm praying that I hit. Hey, this, that same slime, S-H-I. FF, the police, in a high speed. Hundreds of rounds in the Tahoe. The next line has taco. These are rhyming. There are not 100 rounds in the Tahoe of Mr. Donovan Thomas. You'll have no evidence when that lyric was even created. The prosecution doesn't care. These are release dates. They have no clue. But this is what they're giving to you. And is it 100 rounds in a Tahoe like bullets that hit a Tahoe? Or is someone driving a Tahoe with 100 rounds? It's up to the listener, I guess. But the police officers in City of Atlanta, district attorney's office, Fulton County, everything. It's like 24 M's on the M's head. Everything is viewed wrong. I'm prepared to take him down. Got banana clips for all these ends. Acting monkey. This says slime, S-H-I. This says mob, S-H-I. F the judge, YSL. This is mob life. That's the overhead. They rhyme. There will not be one person to come in here. There will not be one document that comes in here. To say the intent of that song was to brag about something that happened to Donovan Thomas or anyone else. Jeffrey's being targeted. The next one, April 12, 2018. Jeffrey released a song on YouTube. It's entitled Anybody. And Jeffrey said, I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that body. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving a body. I told him to shoot 100 rounds, like he's trying to move the body. Ready for war like Russia. I got all types of cash. I'm a general. You will hear that other artists use the same type of lyrics. Before Jeffrey, after Jeffrey, these are typical. You also learn that this is a song that Jeffrey did with Nicki Minaj. This song is a gigantic success. Now it's become a confession. It's not true. Next one, January 15, 2019. Jeffrey on YouTube, a song called Bad Boy. I shot his mommy, so now he no longer mentioned me. I had, those are shoes, when I shot the sea, act like you want war, they're gonna smoke you like a blunt. He shot at his mommy, now no longer mentions me. So the police are gonna tell you, the prosecutor can tell you, huh? Mr. Bennett, wife and Lucy, her mother was shot in drive-by shooting. That was done by Mr. Cope. Not Jeff. It's also January 15, 2019. That shooting happened on January 26, 2015. There's no connection. Plus, wife and Lucy, he still mentions Jeffrey. This is how bad his album is. He says in 2016 how he slept with Jeffrey's fiance. These are just lyrics. These are art. Criminalized books, movies, and other forms of music. How come other forms of music don't get criminalized? Next. September 16, 2019. Mr. Arnold, Jeffrey Williams.
Yeah, I mean, there are gang signs everywhere. Do you remember how he said this kind of thingy or whatever it was? Yeah, I found one that has similar. I mean, is she a YSL gang member? You see, she points her right finger down and dropping the long finger. I mean, she's clearly a gangster.
It's called Just How It Is. Jeffrey supposedly saying, I escaped every one of the licks because I was supposed to be rich. I don't care nothing about no cop. I'm telling you just how it is. Hit him with a Mac now, his whole body scabbed. I done for the crew, I done did the robbing, I done did the jacking, now I'm full-time rapping. Last end tried me, almost got popped at Lennox. Ask the cops, ask the detectives. They all know the business. Ask the cops, ask the detectives, all the jurisdictions. Gave a lawyer close to $2 million. He handles all the killings. We don't speak about S on wax. It's all mob business. We know to kill the biggest cats of all the kittens. And that has to be Donovan Thomas, right? It just has to be Donovan Thomas. There's no evidence that that's true. That's what you're told. $2 million for the lawyer to handle all the killings. The authorities got all of Jeffrey's finances. How much money Jeffrey paid to lawyers? For other people? Hardly anything. You'll see a chat that Jeffrey's asked to pay.
I'm going to do this today's stream like this because if they are having this late of a lunch, then they're going way past because I'm due to going up at 4:30 tomorrow morning. My asshole cat woke me up 4 o'clock in the morning this morning. So what I'll do, I'll play up until the lunch break, and then I will start tomorrow morning at 8:45. Because we know this court is always late, and then we have plenty of time to play the after lunch stream, which I cannot imagine because of the jurors. They want to go home. So, yeah, but let's play this until the lunch break, and then we will play the rest tomorrow so I can get a few more hours of sleep in me.
$2,500 to someone's lawyer. He doesn't even do that. He's asked to pay for lawyers all the time. Who doesn't do it? He's not the head of a conspiracy. He's not in a conspiracy. They are lyrics. The next one. It's December 18, 2020. This is Mr. Kendrick, Mr. Kitchens, Jeffrey. And they released a music video, Take It to Trial. This is a very popular song. This song was based on another song called Take It to Trial. They changed the lyrics. So that was the inspiration. Take this MF trial. I rep for my life for real. For slimes, you know I kill. Trial. I done beat it twice. State. I'm undefeated like feds. Came and snatched me. I don't know. No point in asking. I was on Believeland. That would be like Cleveland, except the C was dropped for the B. Stuck like a magnet. BITASS. And I shot at your mom. You need to stand down. I up my stamina, take it to trial, get an appeal, take it to trial. Yeah, you're going to whack them, pay for the casket. It's just if we whack them, my young ends pulling up Bentleys, Aston Martins, those Teslas strapped with an FN, choppers, carbons. YSL, slimy and shady. Watch me whack that B, pop them like a cyst, Glock with the assist. And that is your confession. Stuff goes around the world. Now it's held literal. Jeff, it's outrageous. The next one. It's April 16, 2021. Jeffrey released a song on YouTube. Really be slime. The lyrics, my end really, they slime. We committing them crimes. Hop out and shoot. Roll one up for the gang. Want to be slime? Go catch a body. Me and little bro, we used to steal from the store. We had to stick it and go. That's a confession to an armed robbery. Had to stick them up and go. That's what we're dealing with. I'm also not telling you that these lyrics are accurate. This is the interpretation of the City of Atlanta Police Department and the District Attorney's Office of Fulton County. You will not hear from the District Attorney's Office call one witness who's an expert in lyrics, in rap, in hip hop, in gangster rap. They're not going to do it. They're going to do it through gang experts because the gang experts know what they're doing. And they have 5 gang experts, but they really have 1. Because you're not going to get experts from different jurisdictions, from different types of teachings, from different learning, from different thoughts. Your 5 gang experts in this case from the District Attorney's Office of Fulton County all work together in the City of Atlanta Police Department. Those are your 5 gang experts. They teach each other. They talk to each other. They decide what the rules are. None of them gave a report.
Okay.
It's just they know it because they are controllers. That's what you're going to be told. They know it more than you, more than me, more than Jeffrey. They just know. We're going to have 5 people designated as experts. They all are biased. They all targeted Jeffrey. They all work together. They have an agenda with the District Attorney's Office, Fulton County. That's our crime. The next one. This is April 16, 2021. Mr. Kendrick, Jeffrey.
Hey, Trenton, welcome to this channel. We are checking out the Young Thug RICO-trial. And yeah, it's getting hard to follow this defense attorney for Mr. Young Thug during his opening statement. But he has to talk about all the so-called overt acts that the prosecution is alleging proves that Mr. Young Thug, or Jeffrey Williams, is a part of the YSL gang and that he was involved with crimes. Might want to re-listen to this a few times to get everything out. But welcome, Trenton. Good to have you here.
Kill this man in front of his mama, F little bro, sister, and his cousin. I shoot out, kill him, not leaving a trace. I had to break the safe. Yeah, I didn't leave even a trace. Dissect your body like science class N. Gangster cause, you got a body, little n. Magazine clips, so you might get your issue. You think you gangster because you got a pistol. Look at my trigger. My trigger starts to issue YSL. We going overboard. Oh yeah, the lyrics found the prosecution. They searched for this stuff. There is no safe in this case. These are simply art. Next one. April 16, 2021, Mr. Arnold, Mr. Kitchens, Jeffrey did appear in a video titled Ski. I F with slats, we come to eat rats. I came with some effing piranhas. I told him FM on me, called Nietzsche Nietzsche. It's Glock, he keep rolling, Duke rolling 60s. He locked in C's. Duke is the name that Mr. Martinez Arnold used. It goes by Duke.
There's
Rolling
only
60s
one
Crips.
Duke, and that's John Wayne. That's the Duke.
That's the C. Some of these words are not really the lyrics, but you can decide for yourself. You'll hear the songs. You decide what the lyrics are. It's a wildly popular song. It's now become criminalized. Words in America are criminalized in Georgia. Next one is count 56. So those were the overt acts dealing in count 1, the RICO conspiracy, deals with Jeffrey. There are 191 overt acts. Most of them don't deal with Jeffrey. But the prosecution has indicted it through the grand jury to say Jeffrey's in this conspiracy. So the acts of a Christian Eppinger somehow roll onto Jeffrey. Jeffrey's not in a conspiracy, you will find out. That is everything pertaining to Jeffrey and count 1. Then we have to skip. So you're going to have that count 2. Count 2 is the murder of Mr. Donald Thomas. Jeffrey's not indicted. And you keep going down until you hit count 56. And you're going to go through 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62. Those pertain to Jeffrey. So that's what these are individual counts. It's not, these are just separated out. They're all in the overt acts, but now they are separated out into crimes. So
Okay, so
56
both overt acts and crimes. Interesting.
is from the 12th day of May of 2018 to the
So they dual bomb it. If they have it as crimes, but they can't prove it to the degree they want towards the jury, they can still be used as overt acts under the RICO Act. Oh, Jesus Christ, what a stretch.
the 8th day of May 2022. The dates are there because the indictment was returned the next day, May 9th of 2022. That's why it ends on May 8th, 2022. And it goes back the 4 years because that's something called a statute of limitation. Now the court will charge you on that. But that's why you have a date range. And it says that Jeffrey, he occupies the position of an organizer, a supervisor, a management, a leader in YSL criminal street gang, and did engage directly or indirectly. Either conspired with the following criminal street gang activity: murder, aggravated assault with deadly weapon, armed robbery, hijacking motor vehicle, sale of marijuana, possession of marijuana with intent to distribute, theft by receiving a firearm, possession of a weapon by a convicted felon. Jeffrey's not a convicted felon. They're saying that, well, Jeffrey is in bed with these other people, and therefore their acts are attributable to Jeffrey.
This is the defense.
That is charging Jeffrey with participation in criminal street gang activity. Criminal street gang activity, you will learn, it is not enough to be in a gang. That's not illegal. It's not enough to associate with a gang. That's not illegal. It's not illegal to have a blood tattoo on you, wear red. It's not a crime to promote a criminal street gang. What makes it a crime is if you're doing all those things and you're wearing the colors and you are promoting the gang, and then you do a crime to further that gang's activity, the agenda of the gang. That's the crime. Otherwise, we couldn't associate with someone who's part of the Ku Klux Klan, not that anyone would want to, or the Aryan Nation, or any other despicable organization. America would wipe them all out. That's what Jeffrey's charged with. That's count 56. Count 57 also charges Jeffrey with participation in criminal street gang activity. This is along with Mr. Arnold and Mr. Kendrick. And this on May 9th of 2022. May 9th, I may have misstated earlier. May 9th, 2000, I don't think I did, but May 9th, 2022 is the day of Jeffrey's arrest. When law enforcement surrounded his home, there were more than a dozen people there. And what the prosecution did now is say that this is criminal street gang activity. This furthered the gang YSL because in Jeffrey's home, where other people had access to, there's marijuana with intent to distribute. Jeffrey doesn't have to sell any drugs to make the money. Possession of codeine with intent to distribute. Possession of cocaine, it's a very small amount. Possession of firearms. And it's alleged in count 58, 59, 60, and 61. Of the damage we'll get to right now. That somehow promoted the gang. That was in furtherance of the gang. Being in a house where other people have access to it with these drugs now furthered the gang. That's the allegation. That's it. Next count. The 58. Mr. Arnold, Mr. Kendrick, and Jeffrey. They possessed marijuana with intent to distribute the day of Jeffrey's arrest. Marijuana is found in Jeffrey's home. There's marijuana and it's bagged up. It was bought at a dispenser, excuse me. It said Brooklyn, New York on it. That's found in Jeffrey's home. Now Jeffrey, there's all these other people have access to it. There's no drug test that Jeffrey's using marijuana. His hands, his clothing don't have marijuana on it, and everybody's going to tell you. But now he is charged, out of all the people, with Mr. Kendricks and Mr. Arnold with possession with intent to distribute marijuana. That's count 15. That's the day of his arrest. Next one.
Hi, Lynn. Thanks for
Count
dropping
59.
by. Most
Mr. Arnold
welcome.
again, Mr. Kendrick again, and Jeffrey. It's the same thing.
Yeah, welcome. And keep dropping by. Give me a thumbs up and stuff like that. You all know what subscribing is free. Giving a thumbs up is free. If you don't like me, give me a thumbs down. Every interaction promotes the channel. An active chat promotes the channel. So thank you so much for dropping by.
It's the day of his arrest. It's May 9, 2022, and found in the home is codeine. There's a lot of codeine in the home. Buckets full. There's all these separate glasses, bottles of codeine. Jeffrey didn't possess it with intent.
I don't know why he has a service dog, but at the start of the trial yesterday, he said if you hear a bell, that's just Jake? No. Jeff? No. I don't remember the name of the dog. But he's under the desk, and apparently it is the judge's service dog. For what? I have no idea.
To distribute.
Okay, Jack.
It's in the home.
Okay, Jack.
That's it. That's it. The next one is 60. Mr. Arnold, Mr. Kendrick, and Jeffrey possess cocaine. It's the same day of the arrest. This is a small amount of cocaine. I'm not pro-cocaine. This is a small amount of cocaine. Now he's charged with it. Of all the people in the house, they just picked these. Next one, 61. Mr. Arnold, Mr. Kendrick, and Jeffrey, possession of a firearm during the commission of the felony. It's the same date of his arrest when the police took over the home and searched it. And it says that Jeffrey did have on his person or he conspired with others, a party to crime with others. A Glock 30S firearm, a Glock 357 firearm, F&M firearm, Glock 19 firearm, Smith & Wesson M&P firearm, Glock 45 firearm, which has a converter. While involving the felony of marijuana, possession of marijuana with intent to distribute, possession of codeine with intent to distribute, and possession of cocaine. They're saying that the gun and the drugs are in close proximity to each other. And therefore, having a gun, which is not illegal for Jeffrey, except for the machine gun, converted gun. But if it's near drugs, and guns and drugs should not be together under the law. You'll have zero evidence that Jeffrey was with a gun near any drugs. There are all these other people at the house. These other people were living at the house all the time. Jeffrey would go from place to place. Jeffrey just got back into our country. He was in Ireland. He was watching Sergio Kitchens perform. He just got back the weekend before. The next count is count 62. Mr. Arnold, Mr. Kendrick, and Jeffrey were in possession of a machine gun, Glock 45 firearm with a converter switch, extended magazine. During the commission or attempted commission of participation in criminal street gang activity, possession of marijuana with intent to distribute, possession of cocaine with intent to distribute, possession of cocaine, as alleged in count 57, 58, 59, and 60. You will hear zero evidence that Jeffrey ever touched a gun with a converter. You will hear zero evidence. This is a knowledge. You have to know. We don't trick people. You have to know that the gun is transferred into an illegal machine gun. You'll hear zero evidence that Jeffrey had anything to do with that gun. The purchase of it, the possession of it, even knew what was in the house. Knew that it was a machine gun. That's the count. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the indictment against Jeffrey Lewin. That was everything.
I will bring it up tomorrow.
Jeffrey has been targeted. Jeffrey does not trust the criminal justice system. Spent 10 months to choose you to decide his fate. Jeffrey trusts you. There's a wiretap in this case. There's actually two. Antonio Sumlin's phone, a wiretap. Wiretap just means that it used to be called, it's called wiretap because we used to have phones with wires, and the law enforcement would get into the phone system, the AT&T system, and be able to connect to the wire for that phone. And they can listen to all incoming and outgoing calls. Today, you don't, our phones are cellular, but it's the same exact thought. And law enforcement, with the court's permission, or without court's permission, that's illegal, can get into a cell phone on the frequency so they can capture your Google searches, your text messages, your phone calls, everything you do with that phone, your GPS. And Mr. Garlington's phone was wiretapped. Mr. Sumlin's phone was wiretapped. And you will learn that these people who are so embedded with Jeffrey in crime, Jeffrey is the king slime, the leader of this organization. You know how many conversations in any way they have with Jeffrey? Zero. He is not on a wiretap. Zero.
Oh.
But others speak about Jeffrey. Hey, we did this for King Slime. He should pay for our lawyers. Jeffrey doesn't pay for anybody's lawyers. Hey, how much will King Slime, the biggest, pay us to kill YFM Lucci, Mr. Bennett, who's in the Fulton County Jail and we have access to him? How much will he pay? Jeffrey pays nothing. He doesn't encourage you. He's not even on there. But everyone talks about, oh yeah, he's gonna pay big. That's a big one. He really wants it done. Those people don't even know Jeffrey. Jeffrey treats whoever he is with the same. Whether he's with some giant president of a company, or he's with somebody from Cleveland Avenue who's been in and out of prison, a gang member. He knows where he came from. He came from nothing. Now he stands before you. We trust you. Jeffrey's not guilty.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, how about some lunch?
Yes.
Good? Okay, all right. What we're going to do at this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, it's almost the hour is 1:45. Let's come back at 2:45 and we'll see where the day leads us at that point in time. Remember the admonitions that I gave you earlier. They apply to you, well, unless you have any other inquiry of me. Remember, I told you.
Yes, they were almost 2 hours late today. So they decided to treat it as if they actually did start at 9 a.m. as they should have. So everything was pushed forward 2 hours. Morning break, lunch, everything. And they are still on lunch break. And I need a bit of sleep. More than yesterday when my cat woke me up half an hour before my alarm did. Yeah, poor jury. Poor jury. I don't envy them at all. I will start 8:45 tomorrow morning because this court is always late. And if they by chance aren't, we will catch up. Okay? But we talked a lot about hand signs, so let's just look at some hand signs while I thank you for today. Thank you for trusting me with giving this information to you, this court appearance to you. I hope I can entertain you and keep entertaining you for the entirety of this trial. I will see you all tomorrow. You all have a nice day and hug your family. Unless your family is crap, then fuck them and hug somebody who deserves it or who needs it. Bye-bye.